We focus a lot on our appearance, how we look, how we appear to others, making sure we put our best foot forward. And it's okay to want to look your best, to look clean and put together, like to wash your face and like do your hair and put on a cute outfit or something. But when we start to nitpick or start hyperfixating on how we look, not only does it affect us mentally, but that's also a big problem between you and God now, because you're starting to make an idol out of yourself. The amount of time that we spend looking at ourselves in a reflection, in a mirror, in a camera, cannot be good for us. It's unnatural. God doesn't want you to focus on the exterior. Don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean you completely forget about how you look. That doesn't mean you don't look after yourself. Just don't become hyper-focused on it, where it starts to take up your every thought and manner of the day. God does not look at our appearance, but at our hearts. We should be like that about ourselves and about others as well. We live in a world where we have such unrealistic beauty standards, both for men and women, on how we should look, how we should dress, how we should act, how we should live our lives. And whether that's comparing yourself to friends or celebrities or strangers or influencers, we're all made in God's image. The only reason we have insecurities is because somewhere down the line, someone told us that having that feature is ugly or is not the standard, and having this feature instead is considered acceptable or better, or if you look like this you'll attract more attention. Maybe it's you'll get more guys, you'll get more girls. Beauty standards are to say that we are more attractive if we look like this, but there's always a catch. If you have this, normally it means you have to have this as well. And the thing is, these trends and these standards are constantly changing too. And so not only are they unrealistic, but if you are able to attain them, it won't be very long and then the beauty standards will change again. And then you're stuck forever chasing it. It really does start to interfere with God, because when you start hyperfixating on how you look, not only are you criticizing God's creation of how He made you, but you're also starting to idolize yourself. You're putting yourself on this pedestal saying, oh, well, I look like this, I look like that. You are spending more time with yourself and looking at yourself in the mirror than you are with God. Don't you know that the flesh, that your body is going to die? You won't be young and beautiful forever. Like, as time goes on, you are going to age, you are going to have wrinkles. Your body's going to change because it's natural, it's normal. We're influenced to go on these diets and take all this medication and go through all these different procedures of plastic surgery to look beautiful. I'm sure that even at the end of it, once you get all those procedures done, once you've lost the weight or gained the muscle or changed the way you look, there'll still be some part of you that's unhappy with how you look. You'll just end up finding the next thing to fixate on, the next thing to worry about, the next thing to fix. We forget that we are lucky to even have a body that functions, that we have arms to pick things up, that we have legs that'll take us from A to B, that we have eyes that we can see and ears that can hear. We forget that the reason that we've got this body is so that we can function and do these things. There are people in the world who don't have those simple things. There are people who are either born or go through accidents where they've lost their legs or they've lost an arm, they've lost their eyesight or they're deaf, and they can't do these basic things that we take for granted. When does mere confidence in how you look start to become vain or being self-absorbed and conceited. How do we distinguish, like, what is the difference? How do we become like this? You wouldn't catch any other species or animal like sitting there saying, oh, my tail's too short or my fur isn't soft enough. I don't know. Like, why are we like this? There's this one Bible verse from 1 Samuel 16:7 that says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." That is what we really need to focus on, is literally the heart. Because there are so many times where so many people, as myself, will say, okay, I'm going to get my life together, I'm going to glow up. And we focus so much on all the physical attributes that we want to glow up, but we never look inwards at ourselves. So yeah, you might go get your hair done, you might get your nails done, you might want to look snatched, so you're gonna like go to the gym all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's this different sort of glow up you get when you work on yourself. That's not just physical appearance. Like when you work on yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, where you start to mature and develop and grow from how you used to think before to how you think now. Maybe you have acquired better coping mechanisms from problems or conflicts you've had in the past, or maybe you're more self-disciplined in getting tasks done, or maybe you're stronger within your faith where you've become more disciplined in coming back to God again and again and again after sinning, and instead of falling off and struggling to get back, you know to come straight back to him. Working on yourself mentally and emotionally and spiritually and all that stuff is so much better in the long run because it's an investment. It's not something where you go get your hair done or your nails done and then you have to get it redone again. Like, once you start working on yourself and you continue to work on yourself, you're always growing. You're never going back to how you were before. When you work on yourself internally, you're always leveling up. You're never going back down because you're growing from something and you're learning something new. Whereas you can go get a haircut, but your hair's going to grow again and then you're going to have to go back and get it done. It's not forever going to stay changed. Changing your appearance, sure, it will get you attention, but maybe it's not the right attention that you're looking for. Maybe you're getting unwanted attention from unwanted people. And even if you do catch the attention of the person that you do want, your appearance can only keep someone engaged for so long. Because if you're a 10 out of 10, but your personality is a 2 out of 10, like, what's the point? Because your personality and your heart that makes you you is what makes or breaks the relationship. Whether that's with family or friends or a significant other, your morals and your values are what make you you. Your standards, your characteristics, your strengths, your weaknesses, that's what makes you you. One minute they want a skinny girl, next minute they want a curvy girl. One day they want a girl that's quiet and reserved, the next they want a loud girl. They want a girl who has a voice, who speaks her mind. We can't keep up with all these trends, and these trends and everything that's made in society is to keep us changing. It's to keep us, it's a hamster wheel. It's the only way that these people, these big corporations and whatnot, can get people to go to their shop, to spend money, to fill their pockets. The same goes for what we consume. I've spoken in another video before about our consumption of things, and both physically, both online and everything, and how those affect us, and that's the exact same thing. We all have limited time, so spend your time wisely. Spending all your time fixating on how you look and the clothes that you're wearing and changing your body to fit the social standards for now is a waste of time, because you are just continuously going to be disappointed. Humans are like that. We think that once we get something we'll be happy, that once we attain this, once we have this item, have this relationship, have this amount of wealth, that we will be happy. But you cannot satisfy humans. Nothing will be enough. We're greedy like that. We're wired that way. But if you go to Jesus, if you go to God, it's literally drinking living water that you only need to drink it once and you'll be quenched of your thirst. You won't be thirsty anymore. You won't need to drink any more water. Whereas when you're in the world, it's like when you're thirsty, you drink a cup of water and yeah, you feel better. But later on, you know you're going to need another cup of water to quench your thirst. That's what it's like living in the world. But when you're with Jesus, when you're with God, He says, I will give you living water. And this living water, you drink it once and you will always be fulfilled. You won't need to drink any more water after that. You won't need to keep coming back and asking for more water. Because once you've got it, you're full. Sometimes we get so stuck down the rabbit hole of consumption and needing this and needing that. When we look at our phones or online or anywhere, like we think, oh, we need to have that fancy car, we need to have that white picket fence house, we need to have X amount of money, we need to look like this, and so forth. I advise everyone to just go outside, go out in nature and touch some grass, because life isn't that serious. Like I said, we get caught up in all of the worldly things that we forget it doesn't matter. We don't need that stuff. Why do we find our worth in our appearance and how we look? Because I tell you, I am worth so much more than how I look. Just as everyone watching this and everyone in the world. Because it's going to all disappear. Are you going to cry when you die? And you're like, oh my gosh, my body doesn't look the same. Oh my gosh, like you're really out here crying in front of the mirror because you developed stretch marks. Like, yes girl, like that's sad, but like it's not that sad. Like, your flesh is going to die. I hope you guys realize like one day you're gonna be buried in the dirt with the bugs crawling all over your beautiful face and your beautiful body. When you go to heaven, God's gonna give you a new body. And you're gonna be looking good, girl. You're gonna be looking snatched. Like, why are you worried about your fleshly body? Like, don't hyperfixate on these things that don't last. These things that are gonna get dusty and like the moths are gonna come and tear it apart. Because when you do that, you're honestly idolizing yourself and you're putting yourself above God. You're giving yourself two idols, two or more idols, I bet. Like, what are you expecting to happen once you look put together? Like, once you look the part? Like, once you look perfect, what do you expect to happen? Do you think everyone's gonna bow down to you? Everyone wants to be with you or be you? Like, this is literally you idolizing yourself. And just wait for it. Just wait. Not everyone's gonna like you. Even if you're the prettiest person, you know what? Someone's gonna find something to make you insecure about. There's gonna be something that you're not good enough, some way, some shape or form, within the beauty standard. Even if you did get all the plastic surgery done or you took all the pills and everything, oh wow, like my waist is so skinny, oh wow, like I'm so slim now, or I've got an ass and I've got the boob job but I've got a flat stomach, and it's like, okay, yeah, but then it's gonna be, oh well, we don't want someone that looks like that though, and they're just gonna rip you off. You'll have the body because you got all the plastic surgery done, but then there'll be people who say, oh, but it's fake, oh, it's not natural, it's not real. Like, duh. Because you can't have all of these things all naturally. And even if you did have all that stuff that was all natural, well, guess what? The beauty standards are going to change again, and then they are going to change to something else. So if you are naturally curvy and everything, and you got the cute like face and the cute body and everything, wow, that's beautiful. Like, yes, you reach a standard, but now we're changing to itsy bitsy and tiny. You gotta be tiny now, girl. and sorry, you're not tiny enough for us. And then a few years down the line, oh, now we don't want the tiny girl, we want the girl who's got the curves. Or like, even for the guys. One minute they're saying, oh, they want some big masculine man. Well, now they want a dad bod. And then the next thing, oh, they want a guy with a beard. Oh, no, we don't like the beard. Oh, we like our guy to be, you know, with lots of muscles, but not too much muscles. And we want the guy who's, you know, tough, but also soft and whatnot. At this point, guys, just be you. Don't even bother changing, because you're going to end up spending so much more money to look like something else. And then once the beauty standards go back to how you are, once the beauty standards are how you naturally were before all the surgery and all the crazy diets and all the crazy pills that you had to take, you're going to be tired, man. Living for the world is so tiring. And what for? Like, do you think once you look the bomb or whatever, life's gonna change all of a sudden? Like, the world does not revolve around you. Like, it is so unfulfilling. And when you put that into perspective, it's like, why was I fretting over this? Why was I so worried? Because I bet you when you're 80 or 90 or something, you're gonna be like, why did I spend all my money and all my time and all my effort worrying about how I look? Because when you're 80 or 90, you're gonna look like every other old person there is. You're all gonna have wrinkles, you're all gonna have saggy skin, you're all gonna have grey hair. And there's nothing wrong with that. What you will want to remember is, oh, I did this with my life, I did that with my life, I tried this, I tried that. Like, I went and did this. I started my career and I was able to do this, this, this. I succeeded in doing this, this, and this. Even those people who you say have the best body and everything, they have insecurities. We all have insecurities. The person who you think, I wish I had their body, they're insecure about something. Those athletes that were all the athletes and the Olympians that you're watching at the moment who are doing the Olympics, you think, wow, like, I wish I was that strong. I wish I, you know, had that body. I bet they're insecure too. There's something they're insecure about. All those Victoria's Secret models that you look at, all those celebrities, you're like, wow, I wish I had their body. There's something they're insecure about. You could have everything and anything and you'd still feel unfulfilled, honey. The only person who can make you feel fulfilled is Jesus. If all you have is God, then God is all you need. Like, you don't ever see any other species of bird, mammal, fish, whatever, sit there and say, man, my wings aren't that pretty, or like, oh my gosh, my tail isn't that colourful. Like, what? You don't see them saying like, oh my gosh, I have one feather out of place. Oh my gosh, my ears are hanging lower than they usually do. Like, what? We have too much free time to be worrying about all this stuff, guys. We have too much free time on our hands that we have resorted to beauty standards to say, we all need to spend money and look like this person. Like, we have way too much free time. Like, in all honesty, work on your personality, girl. Work on yourself. Work on that career. Work on that relationship. Work on that spiritual journey. Work on that hobby of yours that God's calling you to do. Go work on being obedient and doing God's will. Focus on yourself. Focus on you. Why are you so worried about other people and trying to be like other people? Like, I wouldn't want to be like anyone else. Because no one's life is perfect. Except Jesus. No one's life is perfect. Everyone has their ups and downs. Love you guys lots. Take care. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Mwah.